Hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to the Galactic channel. I'm Julia Stubbe, and today I have been guided to do a process on receiving. We have blocks and programs that are keeping us from receiving. And I'm not just talking about money. I'm talking about abundance in all things, the ability to receive support, to receive it unconditionally, to receive respect for who we are, to have that confidence in ourselves, to really command that respect. How do we trust that? It's also about acknowledgement. Some of us can't take a compliment. It's like we have to defend ourselves when it comes to compliments. Like, that was really a great job you did. But we tend to downplay it. Where does that come from? It might come from our childhood beliefs, our childhood programming. It could come from past lives. It's out there. And what we're going to go through is we're going to go through these process, and I'm going to channel. I have no idea where we're going to go, but we're going to clear some stuff today. And I'm really, really grateful and excited about it, because other things we can do is sometimes we have trouble even receiving healing on our physical bodies and our mental bodies and our emotional bodies, just to even receive healing at the core level as far as that goes. So what's keeping us from doing that? Because the belief is maybe we can't heal ourselves. That might be part of it, but I don't think it's all of it. Also, relationships. It's like you're not receiving, a balanced relationship or communication in your relationship. So this is a broad venue as far as what we can receive, where we want to go with it. The first thing I want to do is I like to really get us connected. So what that means, and I do this with all the processes, and you might be able to connect just like that, but not everybody can. So we're going to go through the process, and it takes a couple minutes to really get anchored into the earth and connected with source. But then we're just going to fly. And if you really enjoy this video and you enjoy the process and you get something out of it, please leave a comment. I'd love for you to share the video. And of course, subscribe. It's like, I like that too. But I'm really, really grateful that you're here today. So thank you for that. So let's just get started. Okay. Here we go. All right. Let's take some nice deep breaths. Bring our attention into our heart. And let's allow our heart to fill with love and gratitude. Compassion for ourselves, for others. And just feel that expansion of your heart. Take a nice couple deep breaths in. Really feel it. Really feel the breath going into the heart as it anchors these energies. Let's send that love, that compassion for self and others down from our heart, through all our chakras, down through the root, down to the crystalline core of the planet, connecting with the heart of Mother Earth. And when you're ready, let's receive that back, that love, that compassion, 1,000-fold. See, know, or feel that coming up through your root chakra, through all your chakras, out your crown, a small percentage going to the galactic core. The other 95% wrapping down and around, back through your root, circulating through and around you, creating a perfect toroidal field. Beautiful shape of an apple. Again, returning to your heart. This time sending that love and gratitude up through your crown to the suns beyond the suns, the galactic core, connecting to source. And when you're ready, let's receive that love, that compassion, 1,000-fold. See, know, or feel that energy, that frequency coming down through the crown, through all your chakras, out the root, small percentage going into the earth. The other 95% wrapping up and around and back through your crown. Again, circulating through and around you, creating that perfect toroidal field. You are fully anchored into earth, connected to source. And let's let that biofield, that toroidal field, expand out 30 feet in all directions. 30 feet below, 30 feet above, 30 feet all around. Raising our vibration, our frequency, so that nothing of lower density can stay attached. We are connected to source so that the information coming through is pure. We are anchored and grounded so we can hold this energy, hold this light. We ask for this clearing of these beliefs, these programs, whatever is keeping us from receiving, to be for the highest benefit of all. And I'm being guided to just start off right, going to the inner child, going to the child. So let's start when you were 7. So I want you to just picture yourself when you were 7 years old here. And maybe you shined really bright, but you had a sibling that didn't shine so bright, was still struggling through stuff. And your parents, out of love, wanted to compensate so that the other, your brother or your sister, didn't feel bad about not shining as bright as you. So you had to dim it down. Actually, dumb it down. Sometimes you even, not only did you have to not take the acknowledgement or not shine bright, you actually limited what you were capable of because you didn't want to believe, or you were taught that it wasn't right to be smarter than somebody else and shine bright. So you had to be really, really humble. So humble that you went internal and you kind of shut things down. You shut it off a little bit. So let's go there. I want you to picture that child, that 7-year-old. And this, sometimes it was when they were a little older. Whatever number comes to you, whatever age, if it's not 7, it might be 12. But it doesn't really matter, whatever child number you're picturing. But if you can't think of a number or you're not guided to, let's just go with your 7-year-old. And I want you to see, know, or hear, feel him or her sitting right next to you. And to me, it's like you're at a playground. You're at a playground and people are running around, they're playing games. And it's like you might be in the sports and you're really, really good. But your mom's saying, no, just sit here. Or your dad's saying, just sit here. Or a teacher is just saying, you know what, let's give so-and-so a chance. It's like, you don't need to hog up all the attention. So right there, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm doing something wrong. I'm taking all the attention, and that's wrong. So when somebody says, great race, great job, you're like, you cringe because it's like you just had that belief imprinted in you that that's wrong to be acknowledged like that. So I want you to go face to face with this child now, with you, and say, sweetie, or boy, I'm getting all kinds of names here for you guys. It's like, but just say, let's shine bright now. Let's allow ourselves to shine bright. And let's call all our fractals, all the pieces that we gave away to teachers, other adults, other students, other peers that said, no, don't shine. No, don't shine. You just think you're all that. Let's release all that now. Let's clear all that now. And let's let that beautiful child, that beautiful being, see, know, or feel, or use your imagination and just see the light exuding off of her now, off of him now. And just feel that. Feel what that feels like. And some of you have tears running down your face as a child and as an adult. That's okay. It's just release. It's just releasing all that false belief. So let's go to that sacred spot in your heart, that sacred chamber in your heart. And let's release or diminish the beliefs that if I shine my light bright, I am bad. If I shine, let's release or diminish the belief. If I shine my light bright, I'm an egotistical person. Let's release all that. Let's release or diminish the belief that I don't deserve to be acknowledged. Let's release or diminish the belief if I outshine someone, they won't love me, they won't like me. Let's release all that. Let it all go. Come back to that child, your inner child, and just see how he or she's expanding now and feel that. And let's just let that healing for that inner child domino into the adult you are now. Really, really feel it coming up through the ages, the teenagers, through your 20s. Just feel that shift happening into the adult you are now. Feel that. Here we go. We're going to go to your 13-year-old now. I guess we're going to do pretty much some inner child work before we go further, because they're really guiding me to different points of view. Let's go to your 13-year-old, 14-year-old, 15-year-old. And let's say your parents were either working all the time or incapacitated, possibly alcoholics, maybe other issues, and you had younger siblings, and you became the responsible one. And you had to take care of them, or you were bad, or you got punished. So I want you to see that, whatever age that hits you at, 12, 13, 14, could be up to 15. And if you did anything for yourself first, you were selfish. Oh my gosh, you were selfish if you did something for yourself. So for you to receive, this is two-part. This is to receive support for yourself and to receive it unconditionally. So there's two parts to this, because sometimes we would do stuff. Like we would ask for help from our parents or from a friend, and they would expect I don't know what that word is right now. Pro bono, whatever it is. Anyway, a tit for a tat, that they would expect a favor or for you to do something for them. So you would be in that category of owing them something, and that's the reason they did it. So for you to receive unconditionally means you're going to owe somebody. So let's go into that sacred chamber of belief. Release or diminish the belief that if I accept help, I'm going to owe somebody something. Release or diminish the belief, if I accept help, I am weak. Release or diminish the belief, if I accept help and support, I'm not worthy of that. I must release or diminish the belief, I need to be the caretaker. I need to take care of myself because nobody else will. Let's release all that. Release or diminish the belief, if somebody helps me, they want something from me. Let's release or diminish the belief, if I don't do it, nobody else will. Release or diminish the belief that I have to be responsible for this because nobody else will step up and help me ever. Or they'll want something for doing it. So let's release or diminish that. Let's really let that go. There's a lot of shifting here. And here's where acknowledgement comes in too. Because if you were responsible for everybody else, you had to like tiptoe around people's feelings. It's like it was the difference between being nice and kind. So you tended to be nice. And nice is just making sure everybody's happy, everybody's compliant, everybody's in their joy space. Kind is kinship, is family. It's working together as a team. So there comes discipline with that. There comes consequences. You're being kind. It's about creating your boundaries, your borders. That's being kind and respecting and loving yourself. So let's release anything that's keeping you from receiving that right now. We're going to come in and work with chakra 1 and 3 here. Working with not only you as the adult, we're working with that 12, 13, 14, 15-year-old where you became the responsible. You might have become responsible at a younger age. I know I became responsible in 4th grade when I was 10. I had to take care of my younger brother and all the household chores. So I became very independent, not counting on anybody, because if I didn't take care of it, it didn't get done. So I needed to really work and release that. So we want to release that as well. So if it's at a younger age, you go to that younger age. You go there. And we're going to go into the back of the first chakra. And we're going to go into the inner wheel. There's an inner wheel and an outer wheel of your chakra. And that's at the root. The inner wheel is where your spark is. The outer wheel is where your experiences are. Chakra 1 is all about survival. And you had to survive. So you had to take care of not only yourself, and maybe you didn't have siblings. Maybe you just had to take care of yourself because you're an absentee parent. And you just had to learn how to cook for yourself, take after yourself, get yourself to school on your own. You had to learn all that yourself. So this isn't just for adult or older siblings. It could be for an only child as well. So we're going to bring in the education here through the back, because the back of the chakra is where the knowledge is. So we want to bring in education as to why it's okay for you to accept support. So we're going to bring in education. We're going to bring in clarity. We're also going to bring in compassion for that younger you. It's coming in through the back of their first chakra as well as yours. And we're calling in the scalar waves as waves of grace. And I like to say they kind of mix it up and stir things around. Going out to that outer layer. Let's bring in that virtue, this beautiful virtue of receiving into that first chakra. Unconditional receiving, that you're allowing yourself to receive on an unconditional level. Let's bring that virtue. These virtues are beings of consciousness, higher beings, higher aspects of you that are dormant or sleeping. And we're just going to call them into that back of that first chakra. Its scalar waves are stirring, mixing it up, going out into that outer layer, that outside. And just see, know, or feel through harmonics that's traveling up through all your chakras. So you can receive support on all levels, through your heart, through your solar plexus, which is your power center, through your voice, finding support there. Because we're going to bring in support, unconditional support. And we're going to let that flow out the front, creating unconditional support for your future. It's also coming out the front of your younger self, which is flowing through like dominoes into the now, into you in this moment. It's acknowledgement and respect. I'm going to talk about that too. As you got older, maybe you chose a different path than the rest of the family did. You're considered the black sheep. I know I was. And you chose differently, so you didn't really fit. And you never really were understood for who you were, for your authentic self. So you either had to hide it or compromise it. So we're working with that root chakra as well, that survival chakra as well for this. So wherever that lands you, it might be in your 20s, it might be in your teens, it might be during school, like when you did something and when you were acknowledged, back to that piece, you weren't supposed to shine bright because you were bad if you outshine somebody else. So sometimes you would even play stupid. So let's clear that. Let's clear all of that now. And let's clear, release, or diminish the belief that you're not worthy of respect. So let's release or diminish the belief. Go in that sacred chamber of belief. Release or diminish the belief that I am not worthy of respect, that I don't do enough to receive respect. Release or diminish the belief that what I do, what I give to the world doesn't deserve respect. What I present of myself doesn't deserve respect. Delete or diminish the belief that I have to work really, 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 really hard to receive respect. It's release or diminish the belief that I really, really have to shine bright, really, really bright, but I'm not allowed to shine bright to receive respect. So there's a oxymoron there. So let's clear that. Feel that. Okay, this part's going to be a little fun. We're all over the place, but they're channeling through me, so we might go back to different aspects. But I want you to picture 5 of your inner childs around you. So we're going to go with your 10-year-old, your 17-year-old, your 22-year-old, your 30-year-old, and your 35-year-old. And if you're younger than 30, and work with 3 or pick 2 others. And I want you to see around. And I want them to look at each other. You're all in a circle. And now you have to compliment each other. You're complimenting yourself. Oh, wow, you're really joyful. Oh my gosh, I love your laugh. Oh my gosh, look how smart you are, intelligent you are. You figured that out all by yourself. Wow. You are a really good friend. You're really, really an awesome, you have such a great communication with animals. Oh my gosh, I love your art. It's like you see things so differently, from a different perspective. I can feel the energy of it. Just compliment yourself all around. Oh my gosh, it's like you have the stamina to run 2 miles. Who cares if you finished 4th? Oh my gosh, you ran. Me, I'm not running, but look at you run. You worked your way up to it. You did all that and you succeeded. For me, it's like, I'm so grateful. It's like, I did a quarter of the track. I just ran quarter of the track, and I feel great about that. You're awesome. Feel the awesomeness. Feel it. Allow yourself to receive it. You are awesome. You're beautiful. From the inside, from your heart to all levels of you. Let's also clear or delete or diminish the belief that the little things don't deserve acknowledgement. Let's release all that. Let's release or diminish the belief that the little things aren't worthy enough. Because the little things are worthy enough. So let's call that in. Let's also, you see your 5, your circle of 6. And I want you to call all the fractals, all the pieces of you that you gave up when you dumbed yourself down, or when you wouldn't allow yourself a compliment. Let's call all those fractals back that you gave away. Let's call them back now. Feel those little pieces, those little sparklings. And let's send those fractals of those people who said you weren't good enough, or that belief, because that's just somebody else's opinion. That's what a belief is. It's just somebody else's opinion. And you know what? It's none of our business what other people think. It's none of our business what other people's opinions are, especially about us. Who are they? They don't know us. They haven't walked in our shoes. They haven't been a part of who we've become and who we are. They haven't earned what we've earned. They've earned their own. So they are deserving of their own respect. We are deserving of our respect, of being acknowledged and receiving that. So let's just feel that now. Really feel that. And let's cut any cords of attachment that might be feeding those people who wanted to take our joy away, our acknowledgement away, because they didn't want to be out. They made them feel better when we dumbed ourselves down or we stepped back from our light. So let's release all that. I'm going to go into chakra 3. Chakra 3 is our power center. We're going to come into the back of chakra 3 as well. And this is in reference to support. There was a big piece of that in the survival chakra, chakra 1, but it's also in our power center because we want to really empower ourselves. But we have the belief that, many of us have the belief that we have to do it ourselves. So we're in more of this energy of unity. So let's bring in unity back in through that back of that third chakra and that inner wheel. Unity, that we are all connected. We're all part of each other. So that our ripples, when we assist others and when we receive from others, touches everybody. Allows everybody's light to shine brighter. So let's bring that in, that unity. Let's bring ease and joy into that inner wheel of that third chakra so that we can feel our joy and acknowledge our joy. Let's allow that. See what else they want to bring in. They also want to bring in clarity here. And when I say they, that's when I'm channeling from source. Your source is the information I get. We're going to bring in clarity here so that we know those feelings or beliefs that no longer serve us, that are somebody else's opinion. We want to bring in clarity here so we can identify them into that inner wheel. We're bringing in clearing and cleansing, bringing that in so we can clear those beliefs, those feelings, those programs that aren't ours, and release them now. And let that all go. All those programs, those beliefs that are keeping us, holding us back from receiving. And I'm talking on all levels. I'm talking abundance. I'm talking support, unconditional support, acknowledgement, respect. Feel that. Feel as those beliefs leave, as those programs leave. Let's release and diminish the belief that we always have to be better than we are. Let's release that. Let that all go. Okay. I'm being guided that we're going to finish up here. So I look at this like we're a computer. We put all that junk, all that trash in our recycle bin. And we're going to empty our recycle bin now. And we're going to run our defrag. And what that is we're clearing any residual of those programs, those beliefs, completely out of our system. And now we're going to reboot, which we're just rebooting the 7 layers of each chakra. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 42, 49, and 56, our soul star. And recalibrating the DNA. Bringing all your bodies into alignment. And I just want you to come back to this moment of now. Back in your body. If you wiggle your fingers, your toes, really see that grounding cord connecting you to the center of the earth. That crystalline core, that heart of Mother Earth, really connecting. Which is sealing all your fields. Really just sealing them with beauty, with this, it's this liquid, oh, it's almost like honey, this honey gold that's coming in through the crown and just circulating through all your bodies. And it's just slowly coming down, just clearing any residual. Just seeing or feel that happening. You might even be able to taste that honey in the back of your mouth as it comes through your throat. That beautiful nectar. All the way down. Okay. Well, this is all for today as far as the receiving. I might be guided to do another one in the near future because there's a lot of different aspects of this. I just want to thank you for tuning in and watching this video today. If you enjoyed it, please give us a like. If you loved it, please share it. I'd love to hear your comments on how this process affected you. And we're always looking for new subscribers. So thanks so much. And with that, much love to all.